The ocean covers more than 70% of our planet. It's vast, dark, and still mostly unexplored. But the deeper we go, the stranger it gets. Down there, sunlight disappears, pressure increases, and evolution starts to get creative. Creatures begin to glow, bodies turn transparent, and what looks like a nightmare becomes part of normal life. So today, we're diving into the top 10 weirdest sea creatures that actually exist. Animals so strange, they make you question if they even belong on Earth. But before we begin, tell me in the comments, where are you watching from and what time is it for you right now? Let's see how far across the world our ocean family goes before we descend into the deep. Ready? Let's dive. Number 10. The Borelli fish, the transparent headfish. Our journey begins about 2,000 feet below the surface in the dark, still waters of the Pacific Ocean. Here drifts a creature that looks like it belongs in a science lab more than the sea. The Borelli fish. This fish's head is completely transparent, like a glass dome. Inside that dome are its two bright green eyes, glowing faintly as they move inside the skull. Yes, you can literally see its brain, its eyes, and its internal organs through the top of its head. Why would evolution create something like this? Well, it's actually genius. Those tubular eyes look upward through its transparent dome, spotting prey that swims above when it wants to eat. It rotates its eyes forward, giving it a full range of vision that few creatures on Earth can match. Scientists discovered that its eyes are shielded from the stinging tentacles of jellyfish, one of its favorite meals. It's built to sneak up from below, steal the captured prey from jellyfish, and slip away unseen, floating in total darkness. The barrel-eyes, glowing green eyes, and clear skull are a haunting sight, proof that nature's weirdest designs often make the most sense. Number 9. The goblin shark. CF. There was ever a creature that looked like a monster from another planet. It's this one. Meet the goblin shark, often called the living fossil of the deep. It's been swimming Earth's oceans for more than 125 million years, barely changing since the time of dinosaurs. It has a long, flattened snout and small, beady eyes that give it an almost alien face. But its most shocking feature is its jaws, a set of extendable, spring-loaded jaws that shoot out like a harpoon when it attacks. When it senses prey, it doesn't just open its mouth, its entire jaw launches forward, grabs the victim, and pulls it back in less than a tenth of a second. Imagine your mouth suddenly extending out of your belly, your face to snatch food. That's what the goblin shark does every day. Scientists have measured that its jaws can extend over 10% of its body length, making it one of the fastest striking mechanisms in the animal kingdom. Most of the time, the goblin shark lives over 4,000 feet deep, far from human eyes. But every once in a while, one is caught accidentally by deep-sea trawlers. A pale pink body, long snout, and that terrifying jaw. And every time, it reminds us how little we know about what's really living beneath us. Number 8. The Dumbo octopus. At first glance, this next creature looks adorable, but it's also one of the most mysterious animals in the ocean. This is the Dumbo octopus, named after Disney's famous flying elephant because of its two ear-like fins. Unlike most octopuses, the Dumbo lives extremely deep, sometimes 13,000 feet below the surface. Down there, the pressure is immense, the temperature is near freezing, and sunlight never reaches to survive. The Dumbo octopus evolved a soft, gelatinous body that can handle crushing depths without bones or air pockets. It doesn't ink or camouflage like its shallow water relatives. Instead, it floats gracefully, flapping its ear-like fins like wings, drifting through the darkness in almost perfect silence. It doesn't even hunt aggressively. It simply hovers near the seafloor and swallows worms and crustaceans whole. When scientists first recorded a Dumbo octopus using a remote submersible, they were mesmerized. This strange little being flapping calmly in the black water, glowing softly under the submarine lights. It looked innocent, almost angelic, proof that even the weirdest creatures of the deep can be beautiful. Number 7. The Leafy sea dragon. Our next creature looks like it belongs in a fantasy novel. The Leafy sea dragon is a close cousin of the seahorse, found only in the southern waters of Australia. But unlike its tiny relatives, this creature is covered in delicate, leaf-like extensions that make it look exactly like floating seaweed. When it moves, it sways back and forth, perfectly mimicking the rhythm of the ocean current. It's not fast, it's not strong, and it doesn't need to be. Its disguise is so perfect that most predators never even see it. It uses two tiny, almost invisible fins to move, giving the illusion that it's just another piece of drifting kelp. And the weirdest part, the males are the ones who carry the eggs. Yes, in this species. It's the father who gives birth. The Leafy sea dragon's camouflage is so flawless that even divers often swim right past it without realizing it's alive. It's nature's ultimate magician. Strange, stunning, and proof that survival sometimes depends more on deception than power. Number 6. The frilled shark. Now we sink deeper into the world of true sea relics. The frilled shark is one of the oldest living species on Earth, tracing its lineage back over 80 million years. It looks less like a shark and more like an eel or serpent, with a long, flexible body that can reach 6.5 feet in length. Its name comes from the 6 pairs of frilly gills that line its throat like the folds of an Elizabethan collar. But the real horror lies inside its mouth. It has 300 backward-facing, needle-like teeth arranged in 25 rows. Once it bites, there's no escape. Unlike most sharks, the frilled shark doesn't chase its prey. It lunges forward, snapping like a snake, and swallows its meal whole. Scientists believe it can even bend its body into sudden S-shaped curves to attack at lightning speed. It's rarely seen alive, but the few times it's been caught on video, it moves with an eerie, ancient grace like a creature from another era that somehow survived into ours. Its primitive structure shows us what early sharks looked like long before modern ones evolved, meaning every time you see a frilled shark, you're looking directly at history that's still alive, and that's only the beginning. We've seen fish with glass heads, sharks with spring-loaded jaws, and octopuses that fly through the dark like ghosts. But the next part of our journey goes even deeper, where creatures defy every law of biology and survival. Number 5. Vampire squid. The cloaked phantom of the deep. It sounds terrifying, but the vampire squid isn't a bloodsucker. It's a mysterious creature that lives in some of the darkest, most lifeless parts of the ocean where almost nothing else survives. Its body glows with bioluminescent light. Its eyes are the size of golf balls, and its arms are connected by a web of skin that looks like a black cloak. When threatened, it turns itself inside out, flashing blue lights and wrapping its cape around its body like a deep-sea magician. Instead of hunting, it collects tiny bits of dead matter drifting through the water marine snow and eats that to stay alive. It's part squid, part octopus, and completely unlike anything else on Earth. Nature didn't just make a vampire, it made a glowing one. Would you dare to meet this glowing phantom face to face in the dark? Number 4. The Gulper eel. If the ocean ever had its own monster movie star, the Gulper eel would be it. Found nearly a mile below the surface, this strange creature lives in a world with no sunlight, where pressure is crushing and food is scarce at first glance. It looks harmless, a long, thin ribbon drifting through the dark. But then it opens its mouth. Its jaws expand into a massive balloon-shaped trap wider than its entire body. This isn't just for show. The Gulper eel can swallow prey almost as big as itself, stuffing it all into that stretchy pouch before deflating again into its sleek, ghostly form. It hunts by glowing. A light at the tip of its tail flashes like a lure, attracting curious fish straight into its gaping mouth. It doesn't chase its prey. It lets the darkness do the work. When it strikes, the whole scene happens in silence. A sudden flash, a massive gulp, and then emptiness. Just one more victim gone into the black. Imagine diving that deep and seeing a shadow with a glowing tail slowly turn towards you. What would you do? Number 3. The Blobfish. The deep sea survivor. Meet the most misunderstood creature on the planet. It was once voted the ugliest animal in the world, but that's only because we see it out of its natural habitat at home. Nearly 4,000 feet underwater, the blobfish doesn't actually look like a melted cartoon. Down there, it's perfectly shaped to handle crushing pressure, almost 120 times greater than at sea level. The moment it's brought to the surface, its body depressurizes, turning into that gelatinous blob we've all seen in memes. But make no mistake, this creature is built to survive where almost nothing else can. It's a slow, patient predator, drifting along the ocean floor, waiting for anything edible to come close enough. It's a reminder that survival in the deep isn't about beauty, it's about adaptation. Still think it's ugly or just misunderstood? Tell me below. Number 2. The giant isopod. The deep sea's armored cleaner. Now imagine a pill bug the size of a house cat. That's the giant isopod, a real creature that lives thousands of feet below the ocean surface. It's part of the same family as the tiny woodlice you find under rocks, except this one can grow over 2.5 feet long. It has huge compound eyes, armored plates, and legs that let it crawl across the seafloor, scavenging for dead whales and fish. fish. Scientists say that giant isopod can go for years without eating. One in captivity reportedly didn't eat for 5 years and still survived. It's tough, durable, and disturbingly alien-looking. When food is scarce, it can slow down its metabolism to near zero, the perfect survivor in a world where meals are rare. And when it does eat, it can consume food larger than its own body in one sitting. So tell me, would you rather meet a shark or find one of these crawling towards you in the dark? Number 1. The deep-sea anglerfish. The queen of darkness, sat number 1 sits perhaps the most nightmarish creature in the entire ocean. It's small, yes, but its design is pure horror. This creature lives in the pitch-black depths, where it uses a glowing lure attached to its forehead to attract prey. That light is produced by bioluminescent bacteria, and once an unsuspecting fish swims close, the anglerfish strikes with lightning speed, swallowing it whole. But what makes this species truly bizarre is its reproductive system. When a male finds a female, he bites into her body and never lets go. Over time, he fuses with her, sharing her blood and becoming a permanent, living part of her body. So, in the end, the female swims through the darkness, carrying what used to be her mate attached to her side. It's one of the strangest examples of evolution, and proof that nature can be just as eerie as any horror story. Which one shocked you the most, the goblin shark or this living nightmare? Drop your answer below, and there you have it, the top 10 weirdest sea creatures that actually exist, from transparent heads to ancient jaws and creatures that glow in the dark. Our ocean is filled with things beyond imagination. If these are just the ones we've discovered, imagine what still hides in the unexplored 80% of our seas.